Hi guys, in previous video I compared this lens with the 24mm pancake on crop sensor, and now it's time to see how it performs on a full frame camera. In this case I will use it on my trusty old Canon 6D. Build quality is excellent, plastic used on the outside is good and lens mount is made from metal. Both focus and IS switches feel solid when used. Manual focus ring is wide enough for regular use and has a slight resistance when rotated. Distance scale window is included. Focus ring is mechanically linked, what most photographers prefer. When focusing, front element does not rotate nor does it extend. Autofocus speed is instant and it is silent. Lens can cycle very fast from macro to infinity focus. At 300 grams and 6 cm long, it can be regarded small for a full-frame lens. It is not delivered with the lens hood by default. I don't recommend buying the original one as it is expensive. I ordered third-party hood on eBay for a fraction of the cost. The lens is not weather sealed, so be careful when using it in wet conditions. Stabilization is great for low light handheld photos and works quite good. I was able to get completely sharp images up to half a second when I was careful. It also makes huge advantage for video recording. On a 20 megapixel full frame sensor, this lens is sharp enough already wide open in the center. Stopping it down does make images to look a bit crisper, but I wouldn't hesitate to use it wide open in any occasion if I need to. Corners are solid. There is visible blur in extreme corners, but in real life use I almost never notice that. Resolution improves a bit when stopped down. I like to use it at least f4 if I can to avoid vignetting, which is a bit strong as you can see from the first crop. The lens that I reviewed is perfectly aligned, all four corners appear equally sharp. There are no problems with focus shift, well done Canon. Focus breathing, or actually the lack of it, is important mostly for video recording. Sadly, 24mm lens suffers from it. Lateral chromatic aberrations are present but are easy to remove to the point I don't care about them. At 20 megapixel resolution, longitudinal aberrations are a bit visible wide open and improve after stopping down. Not a big problem. But if you plan to use this lens on a high megapixel body like the 5DS with 50 megapixels, this will be greatly amplified. Keep this in mind. Barrel distortion is quite visible. It is not a disaster, but it could be better. Anyway, automated correction in Lightroom handles it well enough. Wide open, coma is visible in the image corners. It gets better at f4, but only at 5.6 is where the light sources start to look round. Light fall off is a bit of a problem on this lens. Wide open it is really strong but gets better at f4. Still it remains visible even on smaller apertures in smaller or greater extent depending on the scene. Flare control is solid. This green blob is present even at f2.8, but depending on the scene it might be possible to clone it out completely. Stopping down aperture adds a bit more artifacts, but it stays relatively under control. Bokeh is solid for a 24mm lens. With some sharp edges in the background it can look busy, but otherwise I'm pleased with the results. Autofocus highlights are solid for a wide-angle lens, quite uniform and keep rounded shape at f4. This will be a fun lens to use during Christmas holidays. With 20 cm close focus and 0.2 times magnification, this is not particularly great choice for macro shots. Occasional close-up yes, but otherwise find another lens if you want close-ups. Starburst is here, but I've seen better. Altogether, 24mm IS USM is a fine lens. When it came out it was too expensive, but over the years price has stabilized at around $500 or euros, which is fine by me. It disappointed some people as it was only f2.8, but thanks to that it is compact and light. Optically it is a good performer with a few issues like strong vignetting wide open, a bit too much flare and less than ideal Sunstar rendering, but overall it creates really nice images in real life use. Image stabilization is a big bonus for certain low light scenarios and of course video recording. For me this lens is a keeper as it is a great walk around lens. Small and light with reasonably good image quality in most cases. But if you seek ultimate image quality, maybe you should get the f1.4L version, which of course is more than twice expensive and twice the size and weight. That's all for this review. If you have a question, feel free to ask me in the comment section below. If you want to support me, you can donate over PayPal or become my sponsor on Patreon. A big thanks to Paul and Nicholas, who are my two patrons at this point. There are also free ways to support me, either just by liking the video or subscribing to the channel. You can also use my Amazon affiliate links in video description before you make a purchase from them. You will not pay any more than otherwise, but Amazon will split its profit with me. Thanks for watching.